This is a tutorial video for Korean traditional paper hanbok making. This series is for the king and queen's attire for royal rituals and ceremonies. In the kit you will find these paper, and you'll need these 4 to make one set. This is for the queen's attire and this is for the king's attire. And every kit has these backgrounds that you can mount your finished hanbok on. And this is what the finished product will look like. So we're gonna start with this paper that looks like this. And then what we want to do is we want to trim the white rim outside. So we're going to take our scissors. Then we're gonna start working with the top piece. So we're gonna cut in half right here. Then we're gonna put the bottom piece to the side for now, and then we're gonna start working with the top piece. This will be the top attire for the queen. And we're gonna flip this over. There's yellow paper on the back so that people could see better, but yours will be white. So we're gonna start by lifting the left corner and bringing over to the right. We're gonna fold right in the middle. And then we're gonna fold in half again so we can make 4 even rectangles. Bring the right over to the middle too. And once you open, you're going to have 4 even rectangles. And then we're gonna do 8. So we're gonna do half of those 4 rectangles that we made. One here. Now that we have 8 equal triangles, I've just put some lines so it's easier for people to follow. You do not need to put the extra lines here. So we're going to start by the right top corner, where we're going to bring it over to the first line and make a small triangle. And then on the left side, we're going to bring the left top corner over to the second line, make a bigger triangle. Now we have 2 different size triangles. And then on the right side, we're gonna bring this part over to the first line, and you will have some guided lines on the back to follow. So you're gonna follow the white dotted lines and fold over, making the wing shape. And then on the left side, we're gonna bring this over to the second line. Like this, it'll fold naturally because you already have a fold here. And then on the right, we're gonna bring it over so that the circle meets in the middle, and then it'll look like this. And we're gonna flip it over. Then we're gonna do the same, making a wing shape on both the right and the left part. We're gonna bring the corner up. It narrows down onto the corner like this, and we're gonna do the same for the left. Like a wing shape. And the last step, we're gonna fold the 2 top corners. Tuck this corners in, tuck this corner in, making 2 small triangles. And we're gonna flip it over, and now we have the first part done. It'll look like this. And now we're going to move on to the bottom piece that we had. We're going to start with this red, and we're going to cut it so that it follows the red color in a T shape. So we have the T-shaped here, and then we're gonna flip this to the back. And then we're going to fold the top over, down. Like this. And then we're gonna bring the bottom flap up and fold over to the half line that you just folded. And then bring the top part back down. And now it's complete, and we're gonna leave this to the side before we assemble to the top part later when we have all the other pieces together. Now we're gonna move on to the next piece, this white piece. It also looks like a T, and we're gonna follow the guidelines and cut along the lines. So we have this T, we're gonna start folding. You'll see a black guided line. We're gonna fold over following the guided line. Like this. And we're gonna fold again, just the top half. Make a smaller top. And then we're gonna flip it over. Yours will be white, mine is just yellow for reference. And there we have it. We're gonna also put it to the side before we assemble. Now we're gonna work with the last part. You'll see 2 black strips, and we're gonna cut into 2 strips, following the block. Now we're gonna them onto the back. We're gonna fold in halves. Same for this piece. And then for the one of the pieces, we're gonna fold the left in half. And for the other piece, we're gonna fold the right in half. And then for the piece that you folded the left, we're gonna keep folding into another half. Same for the piece you folded the right part, we're gonna fold into another half. So I marked the fold lines with the pencil. You'll see that you'll have these lines. And now we're gonna glue these 2 pieces together so the shaded area that I marked with the pencil will go together like this, overlapping. So the square in between overlaps like this. So we're gonna use glue. And we're gonna make sure that the shaded areas overlap each other. And glue the 2 pieces together like this. And we're gonna place this to the side before assembling it. Now we'll begin with the second paper that looks like this for the Queen's attire. And we're gonna do the same, and we're gonna cut the white rim off. To cut the rims off, we're gonna work with the top. This will be the sleeve for the upper attire. We're gonna cut in half, following the blue. Now we're gonna start folding the sleeve. So we're gonna flip this over to the back. We're gonna bring the left corner over to the right, folding it in half. And we're gonna open up, and we're gonna fold in halves again, so we have 4 equal rectangles. And then we're gonna fold so that there's another line between this line and the center line. So you'll see that you have these vertical lines. Now that we're gonna fold the bottom piece up, and we're not gonna fold to the full entire length. We're only going to fold over to the vertical lines that we've made. Once you're leaving the two wings open, this. So once you open, you're gonna have a folded line just to where my pencil line is here, like this. And then we're gonna fold the bottom half to that half folded line. We're also gonna fold just to this two lines, leaving the white flaps open like this. Then we're gonna do the same for the top. Bring it down. And we're only going to fold to the line, the vertical lines that we made, leaving the side wings open. So you will have these folded lines, the solid lines that I've marked with my pencil. The next step, we're going to fold so that your right line and the one next to it, and make an imaginary line in the middle like this. I've marked it with a dotted thin line, and we're gonna fold that part backwards. If you want to draw your line, that's easier for you, you can also do that. So I fold this part backwards. We're going to do the same for the left side. We're going to fold backwards. Like this. So you will have it looking like this. And then now that it folded backwards, we're going to tuck it in so that it looks like this. So we have the middle part that's a little bit more elevated since we made like a stair fold. So it's going to look like this. And here we're going to bring the bottom up and the top down. And don't press the side yet. So it looks like this, and we have the side flaps open since we didn't fold vertically. And here you will see that you have white guided lines on either four wings. And we're going to follow that line and fold down as such. You make your wing like this. You also have the white guided lines here. Fold down like this. Do the same for all four. And the last. Once you fold all of them, it'll look like this. And now we're gonna bring the top part down. And now we have the sleeve. We're gonna put this aside to assemble to the top piece. Now we're going to finish the last piece of the queen's attire, which is her skirt. So we have this red rectangle piece. We're gonna put it over to the back. I'm gonna lift the left corner, bring it to the right, fold it in half. I'm gonna open. I'm gonna fold it in halves again so we have four equal triangles, rectangles. We're gonna open, and we're gonna do halves again, so we have eighths. So we have 8 equal triangles, and we're gonna fold again into half, so we have 16. Now this is a little bit tricky part, but we have the white guided lines on the back part, and we want to fold along that guided line that's a little bit diagonal slanted. So we're gonna bring, you have to have the dark red part come to the bottom. Then we're gonna fold the right part over and then fold backwards so that you have like a stair formation like this. And then we're gonna bring it backwards. And then you'll see the first diagonal line. Then we're gonna fold over to the diagonal line so that it makes the first folding of the skirt. On the back side, it'll look like this. This. Then we're gonna fold back again on the next line. This. And then we're gonna flip it over. And then we're gonna fold to the next white guided line diagonally. Like this. You'll start to see the foldings being created. We're gonna back again. Then we're gonna fold backwards on the next line. Then go backwards and fold over to the next white guided line. Here. And we're gonna repeat this procedure. So on the front, it'll look like this, somewhat similar. And on the back, it'll look like this. And then we're gonna lift the left corner and fold it in like this. Then once we flip over, we have the skirt. The top part won't show because we're gonna glue it. So yeah, we have the skirt. Now we have all the parts finished for the queen's attire, and I'm gonna show you how to assemble them. So we're gonna grab the T part that we made. This is gonna be the collar of the top attire. We're gonna tuck the bottom part in like this. Yours will be white, mine's just yellow for reference. And then like this, we're gonna fold the left piece over. So it makes this part of the collar, and we're gonna tuck it inside. Tuck it inside the shirt. You can glue it so it's more stable. And we're gonna do the same for the right. We're gonna fold. And we're gonna tuck it in. And you can also glue that part so it's more secure. So we have the collar that's finished, like this. And then now we're gonna glue the sleeves to the back so that it assembles like this. You can put glue or you can tape. Tape the top attire to the sleeve. And we're gonna grab the belt and tie it around the waist area. We can also glue this part so it's stable and secure. Then we have this long piece. We're going to glue it. First, flip your attire to the back. It's like this at the moment. We're gonna glue this so that the middle part is aligned, and we have to glue it backwards like this. Take the glue. Glue it over her sleeve so it's in the middle. And we're going to fold it up so it lines with the collar. Like such. And we're going to flip it over. And we're going to bring the flaps down. And we're going to tuck these two straps into the belt. Like such. You can also glue these down if you want them more secure. And then we're going to flip it over. And we're going to attach the skirt. I'm going to tape it just so that it's more secure. You can glue it, it's your preference. And once we flip over, we have the queen's attire. So now we're gonna begin folding the king's top attire. So we're gonna bring the paper that looks like this, and like the same for the other two, we're gonna cut the outer rim. Now we're gonna work with the top half, so we're gonna cut along the center black line. Now this is gonna be the king's top attire. Begin by flipping to the back, and we're gonna lift the left corner and bring it to the right, folding it in half. And we're gonna open up, and we're gonna fold it in half again, making 4 rectangles. We're gonna open, and we're gonna make halves again, so we have 8 equal. Now we can have 8 even rectangles, and I just drew in the line so that you guys can see clearly. You guys don't need to do this marking. Now we're gonna do the left top corner. We're gonna bring it in and fold it into a small triangle to the first line, like this. And on the right side, we're gonna make a bigger triangle, bring the corner to the second line, not the first, the second line, and make a bigger triangle. And now onto the right side that we just did, on the bigger triangle, we're gonna fold it in over like this, making a wing shape. And you'll see that there's guided lines on the back side in white. So you can follow that guided line and fold so that it is a winged shaped triangle like this. And the bottom flap, we're gonna just tuck it in against the first line like this. So you have 1, 2, and 3 folded flaps here on the right side like this. Over the line here, we're gonna grab the right piece and we're gonna fold over like this. You can see it's starting to look like the attire, the top part. We're gonna flip it over to the back. And we're gonna do similar fold that we just did on the other side, making a wing. Bring this part in. Fold this part over to the first line. Like this. And we're gonna do the same for the left. And the last part, we're gonna tuck the top 2 corners on the top, just folding in into small triangle. Same for the left side. Flip it over and that is done for the top part. Now we're gonna begin the pants. So we're gonna bring the other half, the bottom piece that we have cut before, and we're gonna use the bottom black part. So we're gonna cut along the line here. So we have the piece for the pants. We're gonna flip it over to the back. And we're going to fold the bottom to the top in half. Like this, in half. And then we're going to fold, flip it over, and then we're going to fold this piece in half as well. Then we're going to open up, and now we're going to fold these 2 flaps on the left and right up. Against the guided half line that we just folded. We're going to fold this up like this. And we're going to bring, you can see that there's a guided line here marked white. We're going to bring the legs down against that line. Like this. And then we're going to flip it over. And we're just going to make the lines slimmer by folding in the side like this. Same for this side. Just on the side here, and also for the insides too, just making a smaller triangle on this side. Same for the inside for this. So your bag looks like this, and once you're done, you flip it over and you have the pants. Now we're gonna finish off the piece here. We're gonna use the middle part that's dark. So we're gonna cut off the white pieces that we won't be using. And now we have this long piece band here. Flip it over to the back. And we're gonna fold the bottom up. So we have a narrower band. Now we have the band folded in half like this, and now we're gonna bring the left piece over to the right, folding it in half again. Like this. And then we're gonna do another half with just the upper piece. So bring this over and fold this piece in half again. And now you're gonna open this piece. So now we have the top piece folded into fours, and now we're gonna fold over on the very closest fold that we made so that it looks like this. So it's not completely in half, it's folded 3/4. So we have a shorter piece and a longer piece. And with the shorter piece, we're gonna do a diagonal fold this way so that one is sticking out diagonally like this. And with the longer, we're gonna bring that piece over to where you fold it diagonally. So it looks like it's crossing over in such way. Now we're gonna flip over. Now we're gonna flip over to the back, and with the longer piece that's hanging below, we're gonna move that piece and fold it over to the top. Like this. So you'll have the longer piece that's crossing over to the top, the shorter one, and the medium length looking like this. Now we're gonna bring it forward again. Now with the longer piece that's on the top, we're gonna tuck it into this knot right here. We're gonna tuck this piece in to the knot here. Gonna pull that piece out. That, and tighten the knot and flip it over, and there you have the ribbon for the top outer. The steps are identical to the queen's, so if you go back and refer to the queen's attire, you'll get the same result. Now we have all the pieces that are folded and ready to be assembled. Now we're gonna take this white tee, this is the collar, we're gonna tuck it in into the top attire, like this. Same for the woman. And then we're gonna fold the left over and tuck it in, the shirt like this. And then we're gonna do the same for the right side, fold over and tuck the piece inside. Now you have a collar, you can glue it to have it more secure. And now we're gonna glue the the sleeve to the back of the top attire. That it aligns like this. This, and then the ribbon, you can glue it or tape it, and stick it here on the left side of the top attire. And we have the belt. It's gonna go over the ribbon like such, and we're just gonna fold the sides over. And you can glue it or tape it so it doesn't fall off, like this. Now we're done for the top, and now we're gonna tape the pants to the back. This. You can glue it. I'm just gonna tape it for over. There we have it. And then now the last step, just fold over the sleeves to any angle that you prefer is fine, like this. Now we're done. Now you have this board. Everyone will have at least 2 boards in their kit. Now you can tape or glue your finished hanbok. The king's attire goes to the left, the queen's attire goes to the right.